Charles Barkley once said, "I am not a role model." Well, Chuck, I am, as a member of the Armed Forces of the United States. Hello, everybody. I'm Tech Sergeant Todd Nelson, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about my Air Force story. First, let's start why I joined the military. And some of you may ask, why would somebody join the military knowing that you could be putting yourself in harm's way? Well, here's some of the reasons that were personal for me. I was 18 years old, going to college, and it just turned out that that wasn't for me. So my grades started dropping, and I eventually just dropped out and then started working in restaurants full time. And which was fine at first. I was happy, just making enough to get by. Then I started looking at the people around me who I was hanging out with, who were also working in the restaurant with me, and they ranged from the ages anywhere from 18 to 40 years old, and they were also making a minimum wage and just barely getting by. And I thought, this isn't for me. This is not what I want for the rest of my life. I want more out of it. I need more direction, and I need something that's going to set me up for success to do that. So I called my dad, told him what I had been thinking. I had been thinking about the military. So he went to the recruiter with me, and next thing I know, I was on an airplane on my way to basic training at Lackland Air Force Base. Now that I told you why I joined the military, let me tell you what I do for the military for a job. In the Air Force, I'm a command post controller, which were essentially the eyes and ears for the wing commander. Any type of emergency that happens on base, we get the notification, we send it out to all the wing leadership, give them real-time information, let them know some of their options that they have, and then based off of that, they make the decision on what they're going to do. And this can range from anything where if you're in a deployed location, if the sensors pick up an inbound rocket attack, I'm hitting the giant voice, the alarm system that warns the base populace, mapping it on a map where it's projected to hit. The wing commander will come in, take a look, and then based off of that, he starts making his decisions on what to do. I'm also an NCO and a supervisor in the Air Force, which means I have subordinates underneath me that it's my job to mentor them and set them up for success in their Air Force career also. Just sort of give them advice, what I've learned, let them know what they have to do to become a better member of the military and progress through their career. Now that I've told you why I joined the Air Force, what I do for the Air Force, let me tell you a little bit of why I continue to serve for 13 years. Now, the Air Force has become a way of life for me. At first, I wasn't sure if I was going to stay in or not. I was getting towards the end of my first 4-year commitment, and then the Air Force dropped orders to me to England. And I thought, wow, this is great. I really want to go travel and see the world. But they said, well, to do it, you've got to re-enlist. So I went ahead and re-enlisted for 4 years, went to England, had a blast. After that, I went to Scott Air Force Base in Illinois. And by then, the Air Force really had become a part of my life. I was proud of what I did. I was proud to put the uniform on. And also the job that I had while I was at Scott was very rewarding. I worked at Headquarters Air Mobility Command, and it really allowed me to get a big picture of what the Air Force does by tracking all the aircraft for Air Mobility Command. And I really get to see how the things that I was doing was affecting the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, and also helping out the warfighters that were on the ground. And also, I have a family now, and we just couldn't imagine not being part of the military. It's just a way of life for us. Well, thank you, and that's my Air Force story. Today I went over why I joined the military, what I do for the Air Force, and why I continue to serve. Thank you.